What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another Prize Picks video for you. Today is Tuesday, April 11th, 2023. It is also Taco Tuesday over on Prize Picks. As always, I hope this video finds you all doing well and in good spirits. In today's video, we are going to kick things off with a quick recap over yesterday's picks, and then we're jumping right on into three player props that I like that are already on the board. So if that sounds good to you, then stick around, drop a like or drop a sub or click that notification icon to get notified of all upcoming content and videos from me and my channel. And without further delay, let us jump into those plays from yesterday. 2-1 on the day yesterday. Let's quickly go over what didn't work for us. Starting off with JP Sears. We had the over on the strikeouts. He hooked us, got rocked in that game, gave up 2 early home runs to Rushman and Mountcastle. Stayed in, looked like he was going to get us there, but ended up hooking us with 4. We needed 5. The Contreras Valdez Nerfy got thrown out the window super fast because the Astros got to Contreras really early in that first inning, scoring 1 run, and that was quickly dissolved. The only prop that did work for us was Paul Goldschmidt over 1.5 total bases. He also did go over his fantasy score prop, even if you played it after the bumps. It got bumped up to 9.5. He finished with 14 fantasy points and clearly just went over that. We also had him for our 4-bagger swagger call, but he did not hit a home run, unfortunately. So, man, we were on a nice little roll with our 4-bagger swagger, 2 in a row, and then now we're 0 for 2. So those are still fun to pick. We'll have one in this video as well. So that recaps our day yesterday. 1 and 2 on the day. Obviously, we're looking to bounce back and wash that taste out of our mouth. So without further delay, let's jump into some plays over on the Prize Picks board today. All right, I'm a little leery now about picking pitcher props. It seems like non-aces are not going to be on a long leash here to start the season. We're seeing a lot of pitchers pitch around 5 innings, except for your aces, except for your big names. And so, I don't know, I'm going to be a little bit more selective when picking pitcher props. But today we do have 1 pitcher prop, and we have a couple of hitter props. So let's start with our pitcher prop. And I want to go back to the Pittsburgh Pirates Astros game. And I want to talk about Mitch Keller, strikeout prop set to 5. I do like the over on this one. And I'll tell you why. Let's head on over to props.cash and dig into this one a little bit more. Okay, so we're working with a bumped prop here. Mitch Keller's prop was at 4.5, minus 170 to go over that. 2 starts this season, Keller has struck out 8 and 7 batters versus Cincinnati and Boston. Today he's taken on let me pull up this game over here on the side so that it shows accurately. There we go. Today he's taken on a Houston Astros team that has improved slightly over the last week or so. Feels like the Astros are starting to regain some form here. However, there's still a lot of strikeouts to be had in this lineup, and just looking at Keller, who is a good pitcher, was a good pitcher last year in terms of strikeouts, and looks like he's back to his strikeout ways. And looking at what the Astros have done versus right-handed pitching this season, we can see to start the season off versus right-handers. I mean, Dylan Cease fanned 10, 6 from Lynn, 6 from Giolito, 8 from Clevenger, 4 from Manning, 13 from Sonny Gray, 9 from Ryan, 6 from Mlb, and 3 for Roansy Contreras. So Roansy was the only pitcher yesterday that did not hit his prop. And I mean, throughout this season so far, every right-handed pitcher has hit their prop. I mentioned earlier in terms of making sure pitchers, not making sure, but it just feels like a lot of pitchers are on a 5-inning leash. I would consider Keller, the top pitcher on this staff right now. And I think that we see him go over 5 innings today, 6 innings, at minimum 6 innings, unless he's just getting rocked. So I would expect 6 innings, and now the question remains to be asked is, can Keller get us 5 strikeouts in 6 innings? I say yes. I say yes. If we had a history of him being pulled after 5 or around 4 1/3, 4 2/3, I would say definitely not, and probably wouldn't touch this prop. But today we are going to touch this prop. We're going to roll with the over 5 strikeouts for Mitch Keller versus the Houston Astros. All right, so for our next 2 props, they're both going to be hitter props, and I want to go over to the hitter fantasy category and talk a little bit about Corey Seager fantasy score 8.5, and then I also want to talk about his teammate Marcus Semien. We're looking at his runs scored. I have a nice little correlation play here. I'll walk you through it. Let's head on over to props.cash and pull up some numbers. All right, first we're looking at Corey Seager's numbers. No fantasy score prop over on props.cash. I wonder if they'll ever include that on their site. It would be very helpful. But just looking at what Corey Seager has done the past 5 games, he's giving you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits in the last 5 games. In terms of total bases, this looks so good. 8, 11, 13 total bases in 5 games. Home runs, 1 home run over the last 5 games. RBIs, 3 RBIs over the last 5 games. And then hits, runs, and RBIs. This looks really good. So Corey Seager is starting to heat up. He is heating up. And in baseball, these hot streaks, these cold streaks are very real. And when you are in the midst of one, you want to take advantage of it. So looking at this, I'm just wanting to ride this momentum for Corey Seager, specifically versus Jordan Lyles. 287 batting average with a 429 slugging percentage. I mean, they're not bad. What Corey Seager, what Jordan Lyles has done versus right-handed and left-handed batters, we can see that he struggles a little bit more versus left-handed batters. A little bit of a higher batting average given up to left-handed batters. Numbers are pretty solid across, just not as many plate appearances, so the numbers aren't going to be, as high as you see for the right-handed batters. But Corey Seager is a lefty facing a righty, and I like the splits in his favor today. And then just looking at what Jordan Lyles has done against some of these batters that are in the current Rangers lineup, we can see that these guys have had some success versus Jordan Lyles. Guys like Semien, Seager, those 2 guys we're actually targeting in this video, but we can see that quite a few plate appearances for Semien, quite a few for Grossman, Miller. How this correlation play works with Corey Seager and Marcus Semien, I want to take you on over to lineups.com and pull up this projected lineup for for the Texas Rangers. And here's my theory here is we like the over on Corey Seager's fantasy points, and we like the over on Marcus Semien's runs. So Marcus Semien to get on base, and then Corey Seager to drive him in. Marcus Semien scores a run, he hits his prop, and hopefully Corey Seager can drive him in with a home run. That would be amazing. But if he gets a double, that's 5 points right there. And then he gets credit for the RBI. That's 7. I feel really good about the chances of Corey Seager getting us an additional 2 fantasy points throughout the rest of the game. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking about here. Now, why I like Marcus Semien, specifically here, not just because it's a nice little correlation stack, but Marcus Semien has fared very well against Jordan Lyles, and so he has to get on base. So he's just not going to magically appear on first base. So Marcus Semien has to do his job, get on first base in order for Corey Seager to drive him in. But just looking at the numbers versus Jordan Lyles in his career, he had 19 plate appearances. He's batting .500 with an .875 slugging percentage, 4 singles, 3 doubles, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. I mean, it's possible that Marcus Semien can hit a home run today and he scores a run. That'd be great, but I would feel like that's a bit of a waste because we're not taking his fantasy points here. We're taking his run, and we are banking on Corey Seager to drive him in with an RBI. So both of these batters have positive numbers versus Lyles. Semien has a lot more plate appearances, therefore there's a lot more to dig into here. I really like this correlation today over on Prizepicks. Go ahead and give me the over. Semien's runs, Seager's fantasy score, and we talked about Mitch Keller's pitcher strikeout. So those are 3 props. We got one more prop. It's going to be another hitter fantasy score, and I want to talk about Aaron Judge over 8.5 fantasy score. He is our 4th and final prop, and he is today's 4-bagger swagger. Let's head on over to Prizepicks and dig into this a little bit more. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to pull up some home run odds for Aaron Judge today. 210 to go over, minus 285 to go under. These are the lowest odds on the board right now, or I guess the best odds on the board right now for a player to hit a home run. So he has that going for him, number one. Number two, brings 4 home runs into the season already. One multi-home run game versus the Baltimore Orioles. Now he is coming off an 0 for 3 game yesterday versus Cleveland, which is not, good. However, it's these types of situations that I really like attacking. A bounce back situation, and Aaron Judge can bounce back in a hurry. And so when I see that 0 for 3 day versus Cleveland, I don't think he is the type of player to come out and feel sorry for himself. So I would expect Aaron Judge to be a little aggressive today and come out and want to wash that taste out of his mouth and not have another 0 for day. So a lot of that is just speculation. It's very subjective. I'm not getting these facts from Aaron Judge, but I'm just basing this off of what I see happen in sports a lot. But if we want to get into some numbers, into some statistics, we can see that Aaron Judge obviously crushes right-handed pitching to the tune of 322 batting average, 384 ISO last year, 527 plate appearances, 48 home runs. Obviously, we don't have to talk about how good he is at the plate. So I'm looking for a bounce back spot for Aaron Judge. I'm also wanting to take into account the good odds we're getting for a home run to be hit. And, we're talking about his fantasy score also. So currently his odds to go over hits, runs, and RBIs, his line's 2.5. Is that what his line is over on Prizepicks? 2.5 runs, hits, and RBIs. So minus 110 to go over, minus 125 to go under. I mean, not the best lines here at all, but I mean, he can definitely fall under this and still go over fantasy score. Very possible to fall under 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs and still have a very, very good day at the plate. Minus 102 odds to go over 1 RBI, and then minus 175 odds to score a run. So all in all, I think these numbers are fair. I like the spot for Aaron Judge versus Hunter Gaddis today. Righty on righty. I think Aaron Judge bounces back today, gets us over 8.5 hitter fantasy score, and sends one over the wall, and comes through for us as he is our 4-bagger swagger call of the day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's Prizepicks MLB player prop video. Thank you all so much for stopping by the channel, checking this video out. Remember, it's Taco Tuesday, so be on the lookout for MLB tacos to be posted here shortly. As always, thank you so much for the continued support, the likes, the subs, and all of the comments. It means a ton and just helping this channel get a bit bigger every single day. Don't forget to leave a comment below letting me know who you have your eyes on this board, and what do you think about these player props that we covered in today's video. Do you like them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Or do you want to leave them alone? Best of luck to you all today, and until tomorrow's Prizepicks MLB player prop video, Chavez is